Have you ever wondered how musicians can create those beautiful melodies we love to listen to so much? Well, it's because of something called intervals. Intervals are simply the distance between two notes. For example, if you play the notes C and E together, you create an interval of a major third. Intervals can be played on any instrument, whether it's a guitar, piano, or even your voice. We describe intervals using numbers depending on how many letter names of the musical alphabet there are between the two notes. For example, the notes C and F are two letter notes apart, and so is an interval of a fourth. Here are all the basic intervals. Unfortunately, only these basic intervals are not enough, so we also determine their quality. For example, between the notes C and G is the distance of a fifth, and between the notes C and G sharp is also a fifth, even though G sharp is a different note than G. That is why we must also distinguish the quality of the intervals. There are two types of intervals: those that can be perfect, and those that can be major and minor. All intervals can be augmented and diminished. There are also compound intervals. Compound intervals are intervals larger than an octave, which means they are the distance between two notes that are more than 8 letter names apart. For example, a ninth is a compound interval because it is the distance between two notes that are 9 letter names apart. Intervals can also be inverted. When you invert an interval, you take the bottom note and move it an octave higher, or the top note and move it an octave lower. For example, if you have a major third from C to E, the inverted interval would be a minor sixth from E to C. Intervals are not only important in melody but also in harmony. Understanding how intervals work is essential to creating harmonies and chords in music. In fact, chords are simply a group of notes played simultaneously that are built using intervals. Lastly, it's important to note that different genres of music may use intervals differently. For example, the blues scale uses intervals that are different from the standard major and minor scales. Intervals are very important in music theory. When you understand intervals, you can analyze and write music more effectively. The next time you listen to your favorite song, remember that we owe it to the magic of intervals. Thanks for watching.